today, having me back. I'm going to talk a few things today that it's not my intent to offend anybody, but I like to talk about personal development, and sometimes people take it the wrong way. So please don't do that, and just take it with an open mind, open ear. And if there's any questions, we can go over after. And always get back together with your support team leaders to discuss anything or any future questions you have. My name is Gary Amick. Some of you may not know me. I'm a Sharon Rose, largely thanks to my beautiful wife, Miss Donna. And we've been involved in this business for a while. My past is I'm a 74-year-old physical therapist. I had a practice in town for many years and retired about five or so, 6 years ago. And so I'm well aware of what goes into personal development side. I took a lot of training in that to help my patients and me personally, and to help my growth and theirs, but also on the business side of it, where as a business entrepreneur, there's a tremendous amount of time, money, and resources committed to have any success in any business. That's true in anything. And I think, except for the financial support, Atomy is no different. It takes a lot of commitment to make this business successful. I like to share personal growth issues, and some of these concepts may be old, some may be new to you. The focus today is about business ownership. This is not my business. This is not Kay's and Paul's business. This is yours. Now you have partners available that can help you, but it's your business, period. And it's hard for some people to understand the concept of that. And I want to follow up a little bit on what Star Master Mr. Paul said a few times, that now is the right time and the right place. And of course, it's the right place and the right time. I believe now more than ever that that's true. And based on world events, U.S. events, and financial issues that are going on around this country, in the U.S., our debt balances, this is per the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, $1.6 trillion is responsible for student loans in this country.
I know.
Unbelievable. Automobile loans rose up from 2014 to $1.6 trillion. Credit card used to be the number one. It's $1 trillion. Total household debt is over $17 trillion. If there's not a better or a different reason on why people need this business, that should be it. But we are creatures of habit in general. This country generally is very comfortable, and at least continues to be that way. And they think it's going to get better without doing any work. The average $100,000 a year family live paycheck to paycheck, and just put that in perspective.
Mm-hmm.
The debt's increasingly rising, and nothing's going to change it soon. So here comes Atomy. Well, as a business, it's easy for us to think about the money side of it, but I think it's overemphasized. I think if we focus more, this is my opinion, if we focus more on increasing our consumer base, that will help make Atomy business more solid. Out of those consumers, we're going to find people who are really involved in that financial scenario and want to make more money and just want to get out of this rut. So to me, the focus is customers first, then getting partners and people who want to build it, because it's going to be a small number of people. The largest, we just met was it Star Master Yi last presentation?
Correct.
And she said that her consumer base is about 72 million people around the world. 72,000. Sorry, a few zeros off. 72,000, but still that's a lot. And if you put that customer base together. So the principles are there. It's a matter of whether we want to continue to work them or even understand them. And that's our responsibility as a business owner. You see, we see kids going to and from school, and they wear this big backpack with a lot of books in it. We assume books. But I state that we as adults are carrying backpacks. They're invisible, but we carry around bricks. That weights us down, that slows us down. We have issues, we have traumas, we're humans. We have a lot of things going on in our life, and ideally we want to remove some of those bricks. So those of you in this business a while, have you ever heard, oh, this isn't right for me? Oh, I can't do it. It's easy for you. I'll never pay off this debt. Oh, I'm doing okay. And we can go on for a long time with excuses. But in my belief, it's a lot of those are determined by the contact, how they are contacted by us. If we're trying to jump out of the chutes and get them to be a business owner, first things out of our mouth, we're going to get those responses. Now they're still there, but if we turn and manage our contacts from a consumer basis, from a products and services basis, from this hemohim, yeah, and you got to try this hemohim. Not we want to sign you up in a business necessarily, but we want to sign you up as a consumer. We're increasing our consumer base in this region, and we're looking for a few people willing to step up. I don't know if you're interested or you're qualified, but that's not why we're here. I'm here to really promote a product. Try it, see what changes. Get with your support team leaders and see what else happens. I think because people have been slammed really in this country about network marketing, that their horns are up. They're anxious because they've been overwhelmed with get rich quick schemes, and that's really what they are. If you look at, I believe the number is around 1,000 multi-level businesses existing in the United States today. They come and go. They last a year or two, and the next one comes up. Most of them, or many of them, I believe, is that they're illegal. They're called what's known as a front-loaded business. What does that mean? Well, you buy in. You're buying into inventory. That's how you sign up. You're buying into a sign-up fee. You're committed to monthly quotas and sales from you. You have to purchase monthly quotas. So people have been hammered by this. Mm-hmm. Well, obviously, Atomy is a lot different. Mm-hmm. And how are you going to get that exposure to those people? Because their guard is up so much. They're so, and then people who do sign up are getting the attitude of get rich quick. And you've all seen and heard these people in your dealings so far. They just want to. How can I do this quickly? What does it take, and what's required of me to I bought X, Y, and Z products and I didn't get a commission. You're going to get all kinds of things about people and their exposure to Atomy and compared to other MLMs. So having information available and asking questions is one of the best things, I believe. It's that pyramid thing. Well, what do you mean by a pyramid? Ask them questions so you know more about where they're coming from and what they're doing, that you can then sit down but generally it's an excuse right up front. They don't want to know. But again, it's up to us. Can I just see a show of hands, or at least some of you are on, you can't, just those that I can see, how many have owned or own currently a conventional business? Conventional, not Amway or Amway or Atomy or any others, but a conventional business. How many? There's a few hands that raise. I want to ask if it's a sole proprietorship. In other words, my wife is an esthetician by trade, and she's a sole proprietor. She owns her own business. If you're an accountant, you likely own your own business. Do you have a retail machine where you have all kinds of inventory and products and services? What goes into a conventional business? If you look at all the plus and minuses of that, I can guarantee you it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of time. You're the first one there, last one to leave. Mm-hmm. You have countless of monies. My practice, I had $250,000 worth of just exercise equipment alone. At the peak, I had 3 offices, hospital contract, 20 some employees, and a full patient load. So the idea is that whatever it is requires a tremendous amount of time for success. And the average business lasts 3 to 5 years. That's typical in the United States. I think most can agree with that. So with that being said, I'm not here to be totally doomsday, but it's likely going to get worse before it gets better. And I apologize for that. But a number of people that you talk to at Atomy, they have preconceived notions like people do. But again, when you look at the world market, the US is one of the smallest percentage of Atomians around the world that's currently existing. And part of that's because of all of our exposures to life in the United States. A lot of good, a lot of bad. So people are more on edge about these MLMs. So if you're looking to recruit business ownership, I'm not saying don't do it, but I'm saying for most people, I believe it's better to start out with a consumer base out of which you're going to find a few people committed to making money. One of the best things I recommend is, even if they're existing people in your own organizations, when you go back and follow through with them. So, hey, listen, Fred, who do you know that might be interested in making some serious money? Use them as a referral source. And if they say, well, wait a minute, I am. Why don't you talk to me about it? Well, I don't know if you're committed or if you have what it takes, to be honest with you. Now, they'll get offended by that. Well, what do you mean? Well, if they don't do the 8-step plan, if they don't show up to seminars, if they don't do the fundamentals of what this business is about, you can't expect them to be successful. And they can't expect to be successful without that duplication, without doing it. So it's vital you plug people into the system. That's a tell. When you start talking to people, we want it more for them than they may want it for themselves. That's very common. So we will appoint people in our organizations to be a partner, and they really are not committed to it. They don't have a big enough dream or a reason why they're not committed. They're kind of, oh, because she says so, I'll do this. They do the minimums, but they're not really partners to grow a business. And accept that, don't hold it against them. Just they're good customers, and you want to take care of that customer. So again, the people must attend and must plug into the system. And people in your organizations are going to step up. They're going to step forward. They're going to announce themselves that they're willing and they want to do more without even asking, to a certain degree. Some of them will ask you, hey, I want more out of this. What do I need to do? And so with that respect, they will step up. How many times have you taken your leadership to their dream building? What does that mean? Well, if you talk to one of your partners and their dream is from the get-go is to get a new house, what kind of house do you want? Have you interviewed them? Well, let's go looking at open house sales. Let's go out here looking at this project and let's see what you like. Take them out to that site, dream build with them. If their dream is to, I'd really want a new car. I want a new Cadillac. Well, what color? What kind? What do you want? Get that information from them. Take them to the dealership and put their butt in the seat. Excuse me. Go out test driving.
Good idea.
Get the brochure and send them that brochure so they can put it on their refrigerator and mirror in the bathroom. They could see it every day as a reminder. How many times have we done that? Has it ever been done to you? So I'm not here to beat anybody up because we're all guilty. We got another brick in our backpack we got to take out. So talk to people, find out, but most importantly, write that dream down. Make notes, make a diary, if you will, so that you can talk to these people and you don't see them for a while. You can you can have a meeting set up with them and you go back and leaf through your diary and you can see what their dream is. You can see what they shared. You can see without having to recall or forget. And then you're going to be more attentive to that person as well. So I strongly recommend creating a diary for your leadership and yourself, by the way. So, make these notes, really, really important. The biggest thing as an individual we can do as well is to get our debts paid off, become independent. Regardless of what your normal income is, most everybody has some kind of income, whether it's retirement funds or they're working, employment, whatever. Pay attention. Get some guidance, get some counsel on what to do and how to do, and get those debts paid off. If you have that done, guess what? That increases your monies for inventory, doesn't it? Just saying, you're in business. So why do people quit? Maybe because they hear me speak. I don't know. What we want to do is talk to those people and find out their direct needs. Why do people jump off? Atomy, not the bridge. They have unrealistic goals. They may not have a life scenario filled out. They don't attend the meetings and seminars. They are uncomfortable in their life and their journey, and they don't see the mission and the value of what this business can provide. That's the dream scenario, isn't it? They just don't think long term. All those things are related to us as human beings. We get conflicted with that. And how do you affect that and change that? I'll get in that in just a minute. But the idea is that you want to be able to focus on those people. So what that means is that much of what I said already is called duplication. People are going to watch you. They are watching you. Whether you're new or old in this business, they're watching you. And it's so important for us to be duplicatable in our mission, because if you say the stuff and don't do it, people are going to know right away. And it's the most important commodity that we as individuals have. It's not investing money in people, it's investing time. That's one thing that we all have a limited amount of. Every one of us that's hearing this, everyone on this planet. Time is our most important commodity. If you believe that, then you're going to be more careful how you spend that time and with whom do you spend it, because it's finite. Once that day goes by, it ain't coming back. So the most important thing is what we have to offer people is that time. Some of the solutions that I was talking about is investing that time in your business. It's not mine. It's not your sponsors. It's not Kay's. It's yours. Now you have people willing to help you, but it's your business. And if you had to put a grade to how you're treating your business, I don't want to hear it, because we're all going to see fault in it. But the most important things is we can improve it. And that's done through the 8 steps of this business. Simple. Not easy, but it's simple. But if you can spend time in this organization and learn from the leadership and how it applies to you, because every one of us is different. Every person that's listening today has strengths that I don't have and vice versa. We're all are individual, unique. Understanding that strength and applying it is up to us. We must find out. And you do that by reading. Do that by attending, by seminars, by functions. That's how you learn about it. But to me, reading is one of the most, or the 8 steps is one of the most important part that's not done. So as you're focusing on your group and your performers or your partners, they will stand out. Are they attending? Are they here today? Or do they attend other functions and seminars? Do they follow up? Do they look at the site and look what's available through the marketing plan? Are they engaged in the business? And so you want to open up with your team, and the most important part of that is to follow up, because if you've been in this business any time, I would almost guarantee, well, a high percentage of the people have noticed someone that they contacted in the past that are in somebody else's organization. If this hasn't happened yet, it will. And oh, I didn't follow up with Mary, man, why? Look at her. Oh, she's crossing stage. She's got a big, she's pin level, and I forgot to follow up. It's going to happen to every one of us. So that's why your diaries, your notes, to write things down is so vital. And if you demonstrate this, then guess what? Your team will also. So part of the business of owning a business is you have to understand the numbers. You got to know your numbers. Now, I hate numbers. Well, guess what? To be successful in this business, you will know your numbers, or you won't be successful. Now, you want to be teaching people also that in their contacting You want to show them. So when you're taking your friends or your leaders out to their dream building sessions, are you contacting those salespeople? Because most of us won't. You got a salesperson right in front of you. Are you saying anything about Atomy, the product? Are you giving them a sample? Are you demonstrating a good process to that person that you're with? Because if you're quiet, they're going to be quiet. So you want to teach people also that in their contacts, they are going to receive yeses as customers and professionals and partners, but you're also going to expect no's. You need to be upfront with those people. You're going to get no's, and that's every temperament has a different effect on how that no is treated. So some don't care. Who's next? Others take it personally. So again, learn, read, do. That's how you can also promote this business. There's a phrase that I really like. It says, if you can measure it, you can manage it. Pretty strong. If you can measure it, you can manage it. And a formula for success along with that: instruction plus example times experience equals success. Now think about that. Instruction, you're being shown what to do, plus example, you're being shown what to do, times experience. The more you do it, the more it's going to be successful. Really simple. So you got to repeat often. This is my business. If it's going to be, it's up to me. So know your numbers. I want to talk a little bit about one of the products that are expanded in Atomy are facials. And I want to go through some do's and don'ts, and I may get in trouble with my wife because of this, because she's a licensed esthetician. Don't worry, I'll pay the piper later. But one thing I would recommend, because we're not licensed estheticians, be cautious about putting your hands on people. There is a liability there. I would like to say and think that a best way to promote these, I think it's a great tool to use to promote growth in this business, certainly product growth, is by advertising a demo. Hey, listen, we've got a new demo for facials. I'd like to show you. Can you come over such and such or whatever, and make that a meeting? If you have 3 or 4 people there that come in for a quote free facial, you got problems, because they're coming in for a free facial, not to be promoted about product. So it's just a fundamental, it's a minor thing in a sense, but I think it's so important, because who's going to do that next facial? If you're the one that's always going into offices and doing a free facial, if you're the one that's doing the demonstration, are you training your new people to do them as well? Duplication. Most importantly, who's going to go to that person's home? Let's say that you have 3 ladies in a living room and they're waiting for their demo. Why don't they do it themselves, to themselves? Who's going to do it for them at home? So you need to demonstrate the sequence of the product. There is a step process in the absolute systems. What's first, what's second? During that masking effect, where they're sitting for a few minutes, waiting for that process to occur, perfect time to talk about Atomy, talk about product demonstration, talk about other services, the hemohim, the vitamin C's, the coffees, whatever it might be. Who's providing the solutions for that demo? Is it you? You have to always bring the materials, or is the person hosting that have it available for you and for their potential customers? It's your business. Do you expect your sponsor to come in and bring their own product for you? Well, they will do it to be nice, but in long term, who's going to follow up? Who's going to do it? Invest in your own business. Common sense. Most importantly, you've got 4 ladies there who absolutely loves the absolute. Do you have enough product available for them in your inventory? Perfect timing to get that product sold, not waiting a week or not going to K to pick it up or whatever. Right then and there, that's when the emotions are highest, is to have that product sold. So who's going to have the inventory? Just asking. K.
No,
Yeah,
no.
always rely upon K. Just come into the office, no problem.
No, from
Anytime, any day and night.
No point. To buy it from me. No point. Yeah.
So my point is, it's your business, and it's important for you to take control of your business. If you don't have the monies to buy those inventories, then work it out with your sponsor, work it out with somebody else that you can have as a team. But eventually, you're going to need to do that yourself. It's your business. And what do you expect those people to do if they get involved in the business and they love the facial and the products? Who's going to provide that for them? So if it's all, or the website, but even if it's a website, it's going to take days to get product. That needs to be available right now to take advantage of that excitement, enthusiasm of that client, that customer. So not waiting, really, really important deal in my personal feeling about investing in your business and the excitement of the products and services. Remember, what you do is duplicatable. Or I should, what you don't do. That's also duplicatable. So I think it's so important, recognition of the good, bad, and the ugly. We must recognize our positives and our negatives. We must recognize that in other people. We have to be honest with this assessment. If it's going to be, it's up to me. The recognition is the first sign of recovery. We all go through issues and have problems in our life. And I want to quote Mr. Paul Mayer. Time is usually wasted in the same way every day. Wow. That's a dagger to the heart. But it's true. Time is usually wasted in the same way every day. So each of us is responsible for removing those bricks out of our backpack so we can have more availability and freedom to help others remove their bricks. So one of the things I think is important, and I'll leave that topic behind us, is that each brick has trauma associated with it. We have our issues, an accident, a surgery, a loss of a family member, whatever the crisis may be or have been, it builds on itself and it stays within us. And how do we get rid of that? Well, it's easy to say, but grief itself is cumulative. It continues to build on itself. So the easy thing to say about it is it's accumulative, but it's our choice. We make the choice. Grief is a normal process. How long it lasts is a choice. That's where we come in as individuals to get rid of that and put it behind us. And how do you do that? Have a big enough dream. Facts don't count. Mm-hmm. If your story, because we all have a story, own it. Ownership. We have a past. It's my past, it's your past, everybody's past. We must own that. And then that will change for the future. Because if we own it upright, then you recognize it and you can modify and change it to change the future. So action is really, truly the most important part. Your daily actions, like Mr. Mayor said, time is wasted in the same way every day. So what do? How can we change it? Increase your church attendance. Increase your time with the Atomy members and leaders, and increase your faith. Change the way we think. Those are all easy things to say, but hard to do. But sadly, most people don't even try. Grief demands a witness. It's been well proven that if you can share your trauma and your discomforts with somebody, it helps relieve it off of that. It's another brick that you take out of your backpack, and write it down. Because if you have a diary or memorize, or not memorize, but if you have a memory, write those memories down, because then you can reference it and you can update it. It's called a life scenario. Mm-hmm. And involve, because it's your body. So what does that mean? Well, get your sleep. Get some simple exercise to get the juices flowing. when I first started my career as a physical therapist, I worked in a hospital in Michigan as a PT assistant. We had a common occurrence where we would go in the hospital into the psych ward and bring people down to exercise, because they knew that exercise is one of the best things you can do to help people in their mental issues and physical issues as well. So break and sweat. So, but to get rid of our grief also demands clarity, and that's why I say it's important to write it down. The motivation, how we get around the motivation side of it, is really the dream. That's the life scenario. What do I want? When do I want it? How can I achieve it? Those are very positive, valuable things that we can work toward. But don't think about the pie in the sky without a plan to get there. That's the key. So you want to find people to serve. That takes your mind off of yourself. So it really is an attitude change, isn't it? So if it's going to be, it's up to me. And those of you that haven't heard me before, I always bring a book that I recommend for your library. And in closing, I want to talk about the 1 minute. Let's see if I get this right. Can you see that?
Yeah, we can see.
1 Minute Entrepreneur. Ken Blanchard. Reinvent your life for fun and profit. And I want to go through a couple of these little blips in here because it's awesome. He has little 1 minute insights in this. Associate with people you admire and can learn from. Keep a notebook of the wisdom you read, hear, and learn. What is right is more important than who is right. I don't know if you know, are old enough to know who Charlie Tremendous Jones was, his motivational speaker. And one of his quotes is, 5 years from now, you will be the same as you are today, except for the people you meet and the books you read. Very strong. If you're serious about success, you should develop a library of self-help books. Another, Zig Ziglar is another motivational speaker. He said, you can get everything you want out of life if you help enough people. Let me read it. You can get everything you want out in life if you help enough people get what they want. So, I just love this book. It's great. It's not who you know that counts. It's who knows you and what they think of you. So, it is with humility that we admit we don't have the answers. Anybody come to mind on that one? Mentors tend not to show up unless you ask them. Oh, why is Kay spending all her time with so-and-so, not spending any time with me? Have we ever heard that? Some of us have. Maybe those people are the favorite. That's right. Humility helps you focus and be open to learning and growing. Take care of your numbers, and your numbers will take care of you. I like that. Almost done here. Thank you for bearing with me, but I love these things. You never achieve more than you think you can, so create a big dream. Don't let your expenses outstrip your revenue. I love this book. Watch your ego. It can bite you when you least expect it. I love this one. Keep your priorities in order. God, spouse, family, work. Work to balance your life, your family life with your business life. Continue to seek wisdom from your leaders. Cash, cash, cash. Without good cash management, you'll never make it as an entrepreneur. 100%. Encourage everyone to become a leader. Encouragement. I'm almost done. For a great joy in life, be generous with your wealth, time, and talent. Giving can be much more enjoyable than receiving. It is impossible to outgive yourself. So a little book, I don't know, 100 pages. Good for your bathroom breaks. They talk about 20 attributes of successful entrepreneurs. There's 20 things listed, but it includes purposeful, focus, problem solver, leadership, integrity, team, and balance. So highly recommend this book and other books of its nature to make us more relatable and to better understand ourselves and certainly those that we work with. But again, I hope I didn't scare any new people away. Yeah, we okay? But Christita, am I pronouncing that correct?
Chrisita, yeah.
Chrisita. So welcome to the team. I know you are kind of checking things out. Don't let my presentation scare you away. Get with those people that you are involved with. Learn from them. They have your back, and for everybody here, find a reason, a big reason, for you to continue doing this business. But thank you for having me, and I'm done. Any questions?
Wonderful. Stay there. Stay there.
That's it.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Gary. I always happy to learning from you because you are my kind of a mentor for the networking because you starting earlier than me. So I'm so happy to be here. Whenever you give us some good idea about what to do, I really appreciate. So once again, thank you so much. Please give him one more time a big round of applause. If you have any questions, unmute, raise your hand. Let me know. Anyone comment and okay, go ahead, Paul. Unmute.
Well, as always, I'm always so impressed with Gary's presentations. I mean, the time slips right by because there's so many interesting points that he comes up with. And I love the books. I don't know where you get them, but you get them and they're so resourceful and so helpful. I really appreciate you making the time to go through this because you didn't just slide through this. You put some effort into it, and we thank you for that. And I just want to tell everybody, I think we are blessed to have people like Gary, right here at our disposal to answer questions and to share his extensive experience and knowledge. So please don't hesitate to ask him questions. But even more than that, don't hesitate to follow in his footsteps because, the more presenters we have, the better it is. He's a business owner. I saw Edna and I knew that Tina, I think, was business owners and several others. But, I love hearing stories about what it took to be successful, what were the bumps in the roads. And anyways, I don't want to go on, but thank you, Gary. Wonderful, wonderful job as usual. And thank you for making the time to speak to us today.
Thank you, Paul.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, wonderful. Go ahead, Sharon Mr. Edna.
Well, as usual, Mr. Gary, you did another $1,000 presentation for us for free.
Check is in the mail. Oh, for free.
Please,
Thank you so much. You're
yeah.
the man. Yes, if you're really into the business, it's good to focus on the business side of it. And especially attend seminar like or training like this one, our Zoom are very important. So thank you, Kay, for recording it because if they can't come to our Zoom meeting, hundreds of them are not attending, send the Zoom meeting to them. So that's what I'm trying to do now. And yes, I just want to talk about Atomy. So Christita, welcome to our team. Thank you for joining, and just want to let you know that we have an awesome products that you can share to everybody. This is a sharing business. We think about really helping other people save money and also use our awesome quality products. We have the best quality products in the market. And just stay with this and introduce this to a lot of people. And I'm sure I will guarantee that you'll make money just like what I am doing now, And yeah, I would like to also mention that if Mr. Gary is right, if these people are interested into the business, focus on those people that are in your team that are really interested in the business and help them go up with you, because if they're not that interested, it's useless to really wait for them, you know. So thank you very much, Mr. Gary. I've learned a lot again from you, even though I've been with the company for 8 years. Every day we're learning something new. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Edna. Keep going, okay?